You're watching MMA Oddsbreaker. I'm Frank Trigg. That is Sabah Fadai. He's getting ready to fight here in World Series of Fighting 7. World Series of Fighting, for those of you who don't know, has been jumping up very, very quickly. And he's fighting kind of the story of the year, Nick Newell. He was born with a one full arm and one half an arm, but he makes it a very difficult gentleman to prepare for. Fadai, how was your preparation for Nick? And obviously you can't bring anybody into training camp to mimic him because I don't know any other fighters besides him that are built and shaped the same way that he is.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, you can't have anybody with tying one of their arms behind their back or anything like that. It's just not going to work, right? So you just got to work with whatever you got. Two-hand guys. Um, Southpaw is the best way I can go. I mean, it's crazy. He's got one arm and he's southpaw. So I mean, there's a lot of challenge, and I'm always up for new challenges, and this is a huge challenge. So it's pretty cool.
Obviously he has knockout power in his right hand. He's got a great hook. He's got a great lead, but it's also the only hand that he has, so it's the one that does all the punching.
Yeah.
But if you look at his record, he's only got a couple of KOs or TKOs, and the rest of his wins are, well, one win by decision, but 7 of them are via submission. So obviously his submission game is really good. It's superior, and it's difficult to deal with because of the way that he moves and the way that he maneuvers his body around.
Yeah, absolutely.
How was it trying to keep that in the back of your head as you were training through training camp, trying to figure out how to deal with Nick's kind of jiu-jitsu style and wrestling style?
Well, I mean, it's first things first. He has to get the fight to the ground, of course. So he's got pretty good wrestling. I've been working with a couple of really good wrestlers, and so obviously, I mean, I don't mind being on the ground with him. His ground game is good. I got guys like Bibiano Fernandez on my side, and I got a lot of good guys here um, to train my ground game with. But I think I'm comfortable wherever the fight goes. Yeah, he's a good guy on the ground, but I mean, I've had submissions of my own, and I'm not intimidated by his ground game or anything like that. I think what's happening is a lot of people are underestimating him. That's why they're losing or whatnot. But uh, I'm really I'm gonna give him the respect that he really deserves, and I'm gonna try to finish this fight quick.
It seems like World Series of Fighting is trying to angle to get other title jobs, other championships put together. And 155 doesn't have a champ yet
No.
in World Series of Fighting. I kind of get the feeling the winner of this fight is going to be next. In the next card, there'll be a title hunt at 155, and whoever wins this fight between you and Nick will be on one side of that bracket.
Yeah.
If that's the case, and you beat Nick, do you see yourself being that next guy up for the title shot, and who will be on the other side?
To be honest with you, I don't think I will get the next shot. Once I beat Nick Newell, I won't get the first shot because this is my first fight in World Series of Fighting. There's a lot of other fighters ahead of me. I think what they're doing, actually, they're trying to put a tournament setting going on. What happened when, I think it was Jay-Z that got pulled out of the tournament.
Yep.
And so the tournament went to nothing, basically. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's my first fight. I just got Nick in my mind. Day in, day out, all I think about is this Nick Newell guy, and I just can't wait for this fight to be over with. That's all.
For the folks at home, I've actually been following Fadai's career, especially his last 3, because he's fighting in Maximum Fighting Championships, and
Yeah.
of course Mark Pavlich is a personal friend of mine, and Scott Zier. So I try to watch their shows all the time, and I saw that decision loss you had to Mukai, and and when I saw that loss, I was kind of like, all right, he's another good Canadian fighter. Let's see what happens. And then he came out against Diego Bautista and doing very well the first minute. Like, obviously, it ends in a no contest. You're doing very well. You had your pattern. You found your rhythm. And then you need him when he was on the ground, and then so it goes to you should win, but because of a legal blow, it ends up going to no contest. That's fine. Then your dismantling of Cody Cron, to me, kind of showed your maturity as a fighter because legitimately within a minute and a half, you get into a triangle choke and finish him off with it. And Cody's really difficult to catch in submissions, and he's a squirrely dude. He's kind of hard to catch in submissions, but you set him up with a very clean very basic triangle choke. There wasn't a lot of tricks to it, but you caught him
No.
with it and you stuck it
Arm
into it.
through, leg
And
over.
that was it. I mean, it was very
Yeah.
simple. It wasn't
Yeah.
tricky. It was like, this is basic 101 jiu-jitsu. This is what
Yeah.
I'm going to do to you. And he just did it. And there was nothing he could really do about it. You were so
Yeah.
quick and your angle was so accurate that when he got caught in it, it was all said and done. To
Yeah.
me, I know it was your last fight, but to me, that was kind of your coming of age fight where you kind of said, I'm actually here. I'm trying to make the step up to the next level. Yes, I'm only 7-2. I've got 2 losses early in my career, but I'll prove to you this is the reason why, and I'm kind of developing. Do you think now fighting Nick and the new challenge that you're getting with Nick is going to make you grow even more as a fighter because of all the aspects that he has as a fighter himself?
Absolutely. I mean, he's 10-0 for a reason, and it's going to be a huge stepping stone. This is definitely the next level. World Series of Fighting is a huge organization. So fighting a guy like Nick, who's never really lost a fight, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, I've matured a lot since the Mokai fight, absolutely. But I just feel there's so much more to learn in the sport. I'm still a very young, I guess, young man, whatever, in the sport. I still got a lot to learn, and I'm just out there having. I just want to have fun, you
Now,
know.
the one thing I do ask is that you haven't been very active.
No,
You
just
fought
injuries, man.
you fought one time in 2011, twice in 2012, and the record that I looked at, you haven't fought in 2013 at all. So it's been over a year since your last fight, according to your record. Now, it could be a fight you had in there that didn't jump onto your record, but how come you're so inactive? Is there a reason? Were there injuries, or just
Yeah,
that's the way you like to approach it?
just injuries, man. Injuries. I just got so much on the go, and yeah, I just lots and lots of injuries. They just keep holding me back. Well, to be honest, I was supposed to fight June, and what happened was I was supposed to fight for AFC, Aggression Fighting Championships, and I kept getting held back because they were trying to do the whole partnership with World Series, and so that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to bring it to Vancouver. So it took until now
Okay.
to finally make it happen. So that's why I've waited because I want to really fight in Vancouver. That's what I really want, and it's my hometown. I haven't fought here for 6 years. So I just want to get back here.
Okay. I like it. Always fighting at home is always a big advantage, especially against an American. And you're fighting in Canada.
Yeah,
There'd be definitely a pro-Canadian crowd in Vancouver.
yeah,
So you
absolutely.
need, and it's always good to have any edge you can get by any means necessary to try to win a fight. So I
But I'm
agree with
still
that
the
statement.
underdog.
Say again?
I'm still the underdog.
Yeah, but it's there's a lot of guys in the media that talk about hometown advantage doesn't really work, and there's other guys in the media that our hometown advantage really works. I've kind of been on both sides of it. Where I've been the heel and I've been the hero. And it doesn't really matter to me as a fighter, hometown or
Yeah,
not. But sometimes when things are getting tight and it's a good fight, the crowd's going to have to make a choice of who they're going to cheer for, and they're always going to cheer for the guy that's from their country. They're
that's true.
especially going to cheer for the guy that's from their city. So that for sure is going to happen if anybody that's it's in Vancouver, that's where you're from, it gets close and the fight's becoming a great fight and this could go either way. There's going to be a
Yeah,
lot of pro Canadian cheering going on for sure.
absolutely. I can't wait for that. I mean, I've never really had my name being chanted or anything like that. I'm never like every one of those fights in MFC. I was always going up against a hometown guy, except Batista.
Yeah.
But nobody really knew Batista. And when I came in there, I had just lost to Mokai, so I wasn't really nobody. When I fought against Mokai, everybody was chanting Mokai. When I fought against Karan, everybody was chanting Karan. And even after that fight, everybody booed me. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we all know what happened there.
So it's a weird MMA. Fans are fickle. It's a weird sport.
Whatever, I really don't care, to be honest with you. I mean, at the end of the day, all I hear is my cornerman and his cornerman, and that's all I
I was
really.
actually going to say that if they start chanting your name, don't let it distract you. Listen to it in the replay when you get home. Don't let it distract
Yeah,
you in the middle of
true.
the fight because it can throw you off. So,
Yeah, I see a lot of those guys chanting, like trying to hype up the crowd, and then they get caught. I just find it stupid.
well, thanks for coming on here with MMA Oddsbreaker. I appreciate it. Good luck in
You.
World Series of Fighting against Nick Newell. I
Thanks
can't
a
wait
lot.
for this fight. It's one of my favorite fights on the card. So I'm honestly really excited about to have this fight, and
Yeah.
I'll be at home
I hope
watching it
so.
from
There's
TV.
a lot of hype behind it. There's a lot of hype behind it. So I can't wait to go out there and showcase my skills and stuff.
Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you
Thank
soon,
you.
bud.
Okay, take care. Ciao.